Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Deadpool getting into a cab for the biggest mission. Feeling lonely, he moves to the front seat to chat with the driver, Dopinder. Dopinder talks about Gita, the girl he loves, and how his cousin Bondu stole her heart. Deadpool, who recently had his own heartbreak, advises to fight for love. Dopinder asks about his red suit, and he explains he's after bad guys, especially Ajax, a cruel scientist who ruined his face. He has been waiting over a year to make Ajax fix it. Meanwhile, Ajax is selling mutants as weapons to the military. As Deadpool nears his target, he realizes he forgot his ammo pouch and only has 12 bullets. After saying goodbye to Dopinder, he waits on a suspension bridge and spots the villains. He breaks into a vehicle, takes out the bad guys inside, and uses their bodies to knock out approaching bikers, causing a traffic accident. He then speeds up a car with his feet, causing it to flip and decapitate the enemies inside. News reports about the accident alert Colossus, who calls Negasonic to join him at the scene. With the road blocked, drivers flee on foot. Deadpool, hiding in a car, uses his 12 bullets strategically, counting down as he takes out his opponents. A skilled biker shoots him, but as he regenerates, he shoots back, though the biker escapes. Now with only 7 bullets left, Deadpool runs for cover, using his pistol to take out enemies, and cause a big explosion. After shooting a grenade and celebrating his victory, he is suddenly gunned down from behind by a bad guy with a machine gun. The man thinks Deadpool is dead, but Deadpool surprises him with a bullet to the head. Deadpool then shoots 3 more bandits. However, one of his opponents is a mutant, who survives the headshot. Deadpool uses his swords to cut the mutant in half. To understand how we got here, let's go back 2 years. Wade Wilson, known as Deadpool, orders a pizza to be delivered to Gavin Merchant's address. Hired by Megan Orlovsky to intimidate Jeremy, a stalker, Wade warns Jeremy to stay away from Megan or lose a limb. After this, he tells Megan that the stalker won't bother her again. She hugs him, calling him her hero. Wade, who doesn't see himself as a superhero, leaves, saying he's just a bad guy who gets paid to beat up worse guys. After another job, he goes to Sister Margaret's bar, where his friend Weasel works. Wade starts a fight, gets punched, and falls unconscious. Weasel checks if he is still alive, and when he is, everyone goes back to drinking. Later, Vanessa approaches Wade, and he asks what he can get for $275. Vanessa says they can do whatever he wants for 48 minutes. He takes her to an amusement park, and they have fun together. Their bond grows, and they stay together. On Christmas, he proposes to her, and they take a photo to remember the moment. However, he suddenly faints, and she rushes him to the hospital. Tests reveal he has cancer in his liver, lung, prostate, and brain. Vanessa tries to stay strong, and talks to the doctor, hoping for a cure. Meanwhile, Wade watches his fiancée's face, as if it's the last time he'll see her. Back in the present day, Deadpool continues his hunt for Ajax. He chases a mysterious biker, thinking he's the enemy. After knocking him down and kicking him, Deadpool removes the biker's helmet. Confirming it's Ajax, Deadpool stabs him in the shoulder. Between life and death, Ajax doesn't recognize Deadpool. Wade reveals his identity, and is about to finish Ajax off, when Colossus arrives, ruining the moment. Thrown away by Colossus, Deadpool remembers what happened after his cancer diagnosis. A few days after learning he had cancer, Wade prepares to be hospitalized. He doesn't want Vanessa to be dragged into his depressing situation, and wishes she would have good memories of him. Before going to the hospital, he visits his friend Weasel at a bar to say goodbye. Weasel gives him a card, and tells him a guy at the next table is looking for him. With nothing to lose, Wade talks to the man, Agent Smith, who says he works for an organization that can cure his cancer, and give him special abilities. Skeptical, Wade leaves, but can't stop thinking about Agent Smith's offer. Wanting to spare Vanessa from suffering, he decides to take the chance to be cured. Back in the present, Colossus saves Ajax's life, and tries to convince Deadpool to join the X-Men again. However, Deadpool insists he will never join the good guys, and tries to get Colossus out of the way, to finish his revenge. While they argue, Ajax escapes. Realizing the man who can fix his face is gone, Deadpool becomes enraged and attacks Colossus. But his punches don't hurt Colossus. Instead, Deadpool breaks his own fists and ankles. Colossus handcuffs him and plans to take him to Professor X. Dragged across the asphalt, Deadpool frees himself using a knife, jumps on a passing truck, and escapes, landing in a pile of garbage. Reflecting on how he ended up in this mess, he remembers when he agreed to an experiment, hoping to live a long life with Vanessa. In the lab, he quickly realizes he made a mistake, but it's too late. He is strapped to a stretcher and meets Dr. Ajax. Ajax explains that the experiment will cause unbearable pain, but if he survives, he'll become invincible, and injects a serum that activates any hidden mutant genes. But for it to work, Wade must endure severe stress. Each person undergoing the treatment has different effects. Angel, Ajax's right hand, gains superhuman strength, while Ajax no longer feels pain. Wade suffers various tortures to trigger his mutation. Despite the agony, he keeps his sense of humor, and befriends David Cunningham, another patient. As a last resort, Ajax puts Wade in an oxygen chamber, to make him feel like he's suffocating. The stress finally triggers his mutation, causing his cancer to regress, but leaving him with a monstrous appearance. Before being sent back to the chamber, Wade headbutts a guard, and steals a matchstick. Using it, he causes an explosion that destroys much of the lab. Ajax arrives to find him escaping. They fight, but Ajax claims he's the only one who can fix Wade's face. Distracted, Wade is defeated by Ajax, who pierces Wade's heart with a metal bar. Before losing consciousness, Wade sees his friend David tied up, with flames approaching. Hours later, Wade wakes up and discovers his mutation has not only cured his cancer, but also made him nearly invincible. The next day, wearing a jacket and hood, he goes to visit Vanessa, intending to tell her everything. As he walks through the streets, people stare at him in fear, and he worries about Vanessa's reaction. Afraid of being rejected, he leaves, deciding to find Ajax, and get his face fixed before talking to Vanessa. He shares his plan with Weasel. He will track down Ajax's henchman, until he finds out where Ajax is hiding. Weasel advises him to wear a costume, to avoid scaring people, and to keep his identity hidden. He decides to call himself Deadpool, and starts sewing a costume. His first attempt, a white sweatshirt and cotton mask, gets stained with blood, so he switches to a red suit to hide the stains. He improves his suit, and uses his mercenary skills to hunt down Ajax's henchman. Ajax, however, is elusive. Deadpool kills many targets, before they can give him any information. After months of searching, he finds the recruiter who brought him into the experiment. He tortures for information, and learns where Ajax is hiding. He takes a cab, meets Dopinder, and continues his hunt. Injured and disappointed by the failed mission, Deadpool returns home. He lives with a blind woman named Al. When Al hears someone at the door, she gets ready to defend herself, but trips over a vacuum cleaner and falls. Deadpool finds her trying to assemble a chest of drawers without screws, making the furniture fall apart. Frustrated, he goes to his room to complain. Ajax meanwhile discovers Deadpool's identity, and starts planning how to find him. After a shower, Deadpool thanks Al for her support. She advises him to talk to Vanessa, saying that if Vanessa truly loves him, she'll accept him no matter how he looks. He thinks she is only being supportive because she can't see his face. Later, Ajax and Angel go to Sister Margaret's bar, where they question Weasel about Wade. Weasel denies knowing him. Angel finds a photo of Wade and Vanessa, that Wade left for Weasel before his hospitalization. Ajax gets angry, and threatens the bartender, but Angel tells him to leave when the bar patrons point guns at them. Weasel calls Deadpool to warn him that Ajax is looking for Vanessa. Deadpool rushes to the nightclub where she works. He hides when he sees her, afraid of her reaction. He goes to the bathroom to gather courage, and then emerges. Vanessa is told that someone is looking for her, and she sees a hooded figure in the dark, believing it's Wade. Ajax reveals himself, and Angel captures Vanessa before she can escape. Wade, unable to find her, asks Weasel where she went. He says he saw her leaving through the back door. Wade realizes she has been taken by Ajax, and becomes furious, destroying everything in his path. Ajax then sends Wade a message on Vanessa's phone, asking to meet him at the junkyard at noon. Deadpool grabs all the weapons he can find and prepares for the battle. He thanks Al for her support. Knowing he's at a disadvantage, he seeks help from the X-Men mansion, where he enlists Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Dopinder, the taxi driver, is also recruited to drive them to the junkyard. During the drive, Deadpool asks Dopinder if he has won Gita's heart, who says he tried, but his cousin is more charming. Deadpool is proud, and also gives Dopinder a pep talk to impress Colossus, who is listening from the back seat. Upon reaching the junkyard, Deadpool realizes he forgot his gun bag in the cab, so he decides to fight Ajax using only his swords. As they approach the hideout, they are surrounded by armed soldiers. Angel appears to stop them, and Colossus steps in to fight Angel, allowing Deadpool and Negasonic to focus on saving Vanessa. Angel quickly knocks Colossus down, and Negasonic helps Deadpool by throwing him onto the second floor of the junkyard. Deadpool finds Vanessa trapped in an oxygen chamber, and he promises to save her. Vanessa is angry when she sees Deadpool's face, and Ajax cuts off the oxygen. They fight, and Deadpool throws one of his swords into the chamber to restore oxygen. Ajax destroys Deadpool's remaining sword, leaving him unarmed. Meanwhile, Colossus and Angel continue to fight. Vanessa manages to free herself from the chamber, and stabs Ajax in the back, who attacks her, but Negasonic uses her powers to create a massive explosion, destroying most of the junkyard. Deadpool recovers and fights Ajax, while trying to protect Vanessa from falling debris. Colossus rescues the girls, and escapes just before the junkyard collapses. Vanessa is saved and unharmed. Deadpool thinks he has a happy ending, until Ajax reappears, and attacks again. Deadpool breaks his arms, and prepares to kill him with a small pistol, but Colossus intervenes, urging him to make the right choice. Despite Colossus's plea, Deadpool shoots Ajax, throwing up from the effort. Vanessa, furious at being left without an explanation, punches Deadpool multiple times. After she calms down, Wade apologizes for disappearing, and explains that he was afraid she wouldn't recognize him. She removes his mask, initially shocked, but reassures that, with some time and drinks, she'll be happy to kiss him. The mutants are surprised by her reaction. Deadpool sends them back to the Xavier mansion. Colossus mentions that he hopes to bring Deadpool into the X-Men someday. Soon, Vanessa quickly adjusts to Wade's new look, and they share a passionate kiss. The end.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.